What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another review. This time round, we are doing Sneakbo's brand new album, 9 Lives. So a lot of people are probably thinking to themselves, 9 Lives, what is that about? Why has he named it that? Well, back in the day, there was these rumors going around, yeah, that Sneakbo had run into Brixton McDonald's after being chased by some people, transformed into a cat, yeah, and then left the McDonald's. So that has been going around for the longest time, that rumor. And it seems like now he's using that meme and he's transforming it into, well, we're going to find out what I think of this in a minute. By the way, as I break this down, make sure you leave a like. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe in it, because these reviews, we're going to be cranking them out over the next couple of weeks. And if you like them, let me know by leaving a like and leaving a comment down below. So like I've said for a couple of other reviews along the way, and what I've said in general about a lot of albums that have come out in 2020 and 19 and for over the last couple of years, there hasn't really been that much cohesion and anything. It just feels like a lot of people just throw out bodies of work and say, here's an album, whatever. On this album, we get a lot of cohesion when it comes to thoughts about him maturing, and I feel like this is almost like a Sneakbo coming of age album, but not coming of age like I'm 18, more like coming of age as in I'm an adult and my life's changed a lot since I first started in this game. In his track Last Night in Brixton, he actually mentions that and says, look, I've been in the game for 10 years and I'm not 30, and I grew up in Brixton and now I'm an OG. And when you think about the journey of like Brixton artists, you even got like Sneakbo, who's been around for, like he said, 10 years, even more than 10 years. But then now you've got someone like M24 who's making music, who's relatively new, who's like the next generation. But going off that idea of maturity and a different side of Sneakbo, we get that straight away in the intro. Highs and Lows starts with Sneakbo's son Lorenzo crying and Sneakbo trying to console the kid. And to be fair, for what we hear from the audio that we get, sounds like he's doing a good job. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't sound like he's being a bad dad with it and being like, shut up, fam. It's not working like that. So it seems like it's going well. I think we see a big change with the fact that even on the track itself, he talks about that he always used to be outside, but now he's always in the house because of Lorenzo. So it shows that his mentality has changed a lot from, you know, just kind of living his life, doing what he wanted because there was no one else that he needs to take care of. But now that he's got a son, he has to, you know, take up responsibility. As I was listening to this specific track, I was getting a lot of kind of the baby intro from Kirk vibes, like the way he was kind of talking and the way the beat was moving and the way he was rapping on it. It definitely felt that same kind of vibe, basically. And it was nice to see a more strong, mature start to an album which pretty much runs with these same motives throughout. In the track I Used To, which it jumps into straight after, we get Sneakbo on the hook and throughout the track talking about what he used to do, e.g. I used to waste time on ops, circle the block, that kind of stuff. The reminiscence of what Sneakbo used to do, but now that he's getting older, now he's got a kid, he's had to change his mindset on life and how he interacts with the world. Oh yeah, and shout out Stickz as well, because my guy always comes through with some powerful verses. Ever since the WAP's got power, make it sing like my girl in the shower. Listen, after that, yeah, on We Don't Dance with M24 last year, I ain't gonna lie, the bars have been fired. The delivery is on point. Since School Days with Odd Ads and Tiny Boost, he talks about growing up in Brixton, Angel Town kind of areas. He's talking about what he used to do back in days in school. We get a good verse, a very good verse from Odd Ads, who comes through and just pretty much kind of follows the same motifs and ideas that Sneakbo does. Tiny Boost is alright on it, but Odd Ads and Sneakbo kind of take the track for me. And fundamentally what they do is they look back at School Days, which is for Sneakbo about 10, 11, 12 years ago, and bring it back to the present day and how the Since School Days things, what they've been doing since then all the way through till now. So it shows a consistency in their character and things they've done in the past. But we don't just get that sense of, you know, rap beats or trap beats or drill beats throughout the whole tape. Sneakbo is someone who is extremely versatile, and like I said earlier, Afro bashment he can do. We've seen him do drill before in the past. We've seen him do rap. He can pretty much do most genres that are popular right now. So on the track The Flyest with Brenya, who's had a great couple of years as well, we get the more Afro swingy kind of wave that we get. The back-to-back with Sneakbo and Brenya keeps the song alive, because to be honest, after the Sneakbo verse and then the Brenya verse, you kind of get to the point where you're like, where are we gonna go? But little things, small little things that are back to back kind of keep the momentum of a track going. And it's nice when you get that chemistry and that flow. A bit like what I was talking about with Nate Smalls and Mira May last week. It's the same kind of thing. You need that chemistry back to back when you're going to do that. And if you want to make your track more than 3 minutes long in this day and age, you better come with something interesting. I definitely feel like that's the song that could potentially get played a lot on like radio or be a summer banger if we can even ever go outside, because that's a whole nother thing for a whole nother time. Mr. Eazi and Hold You Down, which I'm not going to lie to you, like, at first, when I first listened to it, because I've listened to the tape about 2-3 times now, I was like, Mr. Eazi, can you say something else about from Hold You Down? Because he literally just says, hold you down, hold you down, hold you down, hold you down.
I hold you down, I hold you, hold you.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, man's basically saying hold you down bare times. I hold you down, hey, I hold you down. No. But with that track, I mean, that's the second time these guys are linked up fairly recently. In 2018, Sneakbo did the feature side of things and was on Chicken Curry, which was with Mr. Eazi's Lagos to London. It was good to see them back on another track again. Like I said, Mr. Eazi somehow made Hold You Down 50 plus times interesting, and the song works, so I like it. I can't even critique it too much. But Mr. Eazi, find a thesaurus or something or a dictionary and freshen up your vocabulary. Is also what I'm saying. All right, there was one song though, let me not lie to you, there was one song that was moving mad at first. The song Advice, when that one came on, I thought something was wrong because I don't listen to these albums on streaming services. I actually have the full files for them, right? So I thought my file was corrupted because all I hear was nyuf, 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 and I'm like, yeah, what's going on here? Because it's moving stupid. That's a good song again. It's more about having faith and repenting on stuff that you've done in the past and looking back at, you know, your journey in life. And like I said, consistently throughout this whole tape, that is what we got. And for the most part, I enjoyed pretty much everything that came and was delivered and thrown at me. She Fell in Love and Never Gonna Be sees Rude Kid, who most people would know from Getz's music from like a couple of years back. But Rude Kid's also a legendary grime producer, and he actually has his own radio show on Kiss as well. So it was nice to see a new sound on Sneakbo's tape, because the Brixton tape had like Lekar beats throughout the whole tape, and it was good. It was good production, so it wasn't frustrating, but it was nice to hear another sound come through, and Rude Kid did deliver with his production. Gotcha also jumped on She Fell in Love with Rude Kid, and Gotcha is the producer known for Gun Lean as well. Never Gonna Be was an interesting track for me because there's parts of it where he's like, if I'm not with the gang, I'm solo. And we kind of get these kind of contrasts throughout the whole tape. Like I said, it's a very mature tape from Sneakbo coming through, almost like uncle or dad, you know, everyone's there, that kind of vibe, but also showing that he's still not fully taken away from that environment. Do you know what I mean? It's only a couple of months ago that we saw him and Stickz move to Dot Rotten, and that video came out and surfaced on social media. That wasn't even that long ago. It was like within the last 2 months. So we see that he's still got conflicting interests. He's trying to be a different type of character with his son Lorenzo and be more of an adult and a dad, but at the same time, he still can't necessarily fully move away from the roads and Brixton that raised him, even though he's out. I think one of the lyrics in the album is, I'm out in the woods, but I'm still on the roads, stuff like that. So we get that balance between them every single time. They Already Know says exactly the same thing about him not being able to move away from, you know, the roads fully, because he's talking about talking S till I pull up on smoke, and obviously, like I said, we know what happened with Dot Rotten. I gotta say a special shout out to Dappy for Oh La La. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like with that track, Dappy rapped, sung, whatever Dappy does, Dappy'd his heart out on that song. It almost felt like Dappy took that song from Sneakbo and said, Sneaks, 1 second, let me have this song please, because I like this one, but it's mine now. You know what I mean? Both deliver on the track, but Dappy definitely shined more on that one. And I thought that months ago, and listening back to it again on the tape, it did exactly the same thing. The one track I would say I didn't necessarily feel or enjoy too much was Skrrrr with Fekky, or I should say Skrrrr. It was a decent verse from Fekky, it was decent from Sneakbo, but like I say all the time, you can't like every single track on an album. It was okay. I see the appeal why some people would like it. I just don't. It didn't personally sit well for me. But that is it. That is Sneakbo 9 Lives. That is the album review. What did you guys think about the whole tape experience itself? There's quite a few tracks on there I definitely would go back to and listen again. I probably will listen to this tape again. I've got a couple other reviews I will be doing over the weekend, but if you've got any specific suggestions that you want, make sure you leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed the review, also leave a like as well, because it helps the channel and it helps the video do what it's got to do on YouTube. You know that one's there. But I will see you guys sometime soon. Stay blessed, stay safe, and I'll catch you in a bit. Peace.
I just feel like they don't get it, because I would have never dropped a track I think shit.
Yeah.
So they probably just didn't get it. But the funny thing is that I've had you can't judge a track because like I dropped my track with Gecko, Bipolar.
Yeah.
It took 1 year.
That took time to blow up.
It took 1 year to get 1 million streams.
Yeah.
And then it took, in the second year, I got 7 million streams on that one song. So it's like, it was struggling. So I might have thought, oh, this is a whack song. And just never done nothing with it. But then after I got 7 million, like, so it depends. Like, it just needs to, I don't know what made it get that, but it just caught on somehow, you know what I mean?
I see that.